In some national news, the Trump administration's 25% tariff on all Canadian and Mexico imports went into effect at midnight.
The administration also increased the tariff on China from 10 to 20%. But what will this mean for Central Texans? 6 News reporter Sydney Walker has more on what local business owners and consumers can expect moving forward. Sydney?
These tariffs will raise prices for everyday consumers on imports like produce. The president of the Texas Restaurant Association tells me local restaurant owners have been preparing for this change.
A tariff is nothing more than a tax on goods that come into the country.
Renowned economist Ray Perryman says Central Texans are about to feel the effects of the Trump administration's tariffs. Many businesses obtain goods from other countries, which means to make up for the tax they'll have to pay, they will raise prices for consumers. Cars and car parts, agricultural products, steel, aluminum, and lumber are some examples of imports from Mexico and Canada. Perryman says the extra cost on these items will cost the average household about $1,500 a year, force the loss of almost 2 million jobs, and increase inflation about 1%. With inflation and now the tariff, Texas restaurant owners are exhausted.
Labor costs are up 36%. Food costs is up 35%. Pretty much everything in a restaurant costs more. And now you're looking at adding 25% for things like, sugar and agave, tequila, coffee, chocolate. It just is going to be an enormous burden for these restaurants to carry if these are sustained tariffs that last for a period of time.
Emily Williams-Knight, president and CEO of the Texas Restaurant Association, says the rising cost of food products isn't the only import restaurants have to worry about.
I think what we're also concerned about is furniture, equipment, and equipment in particular, because we also have the tariff in China, where we get a lot of equipment from. We're already seeing distributors email restaurants and say equipment's going up.
The White House says the goal of abandoning free trade agreements is to emphasize American production and national prosperity. But Perryman thinks the tariffs won't be in place for long.
And I think once the administration begins to realize just how much cost they're imposing, I think you'll start seeing them begin to back away from this.